Or he just falls off the roof and you're just Scott Calvin.
I could drop him off the right field monster.
Is Scott Calvin?
That's tough, Jerry. You should know who Scott Calvin is.
Jared, not
Who
again.
the fuck is that?
It's Santa Claus.
Santa
Scott
Claus.
Calvin?
No. Tim Allen.
Not
Tim-
again.
the Tim Allen
Not
classic.
again, Jared.
Oh, good
You know
film.
who Tim Allen is?
It's the best
Yeah,
Christmas movie.
Buzz
Come
Lightyear.
on.
Well, that's not true, but
No,
What do
I
you
know.
mean?
It's my favorite. It's to say it's the
That's
best.
fine.
I don't know if many would say that. I would, but
Tim Allen is not Buzz
Sure.
Lightyear?
he's Scott
He is.
Calvin and he's Buzz Lightyear.
Who the fuck is Scott Calvin? What's up and welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 592, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your soon-to-be 2026 World Series champion, Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the mother fucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie. Fuck yeah, Jake. So, what?
I'm going to put up a petition here.
For? Okay, here we
When
go.
Jake's not here,
Yeah.
I
No.
do an impression of Jake.
No. You can't. No. Nope.
It's been tough hearing when you do the what ups, T. I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie.
Yeah, it's been tough watching you do a lot of stuff, if we're being honest.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I feel like, first and foremost, we've done like 3 episodes since like September. That's number one. So I don't get to see you as often. But when I do see you, you be fucking up sometimes. I don't know. I mean, last night, I just want to say, Mike Emond Night at PC, Friartown, Providence College. That was amazing. Shout out to the Friars. Shout out to Providence College for hosting us. Mike Emond Night was a tremendous success. There was like a VIP where we were in, like, we basically did like a press conference, which turned into like a Sports Hub Tyler takeover where like the audience was able to ask us questions and he answered every question with like a 45-minute response. Like we debated whether or not we were going to take the audio and just put that out as a podcast.
I was cooking, bro. I was cooking last night.
Yep.
That was by far the best stretch I had of any time last night.
Which was perfect because, I mean, it was to a room of like 50 people, which was, I'm sure they appreciated it. We appreciated everyone who came out. There were people that came from out of state to go to that.
Yeah.
These weren't just like PC fans. These were people that came out of state to come say hi. And it was a very fun night. Got to sit on the wood, which was exciting.
Oof.
I've never gotten to do that before. I believe
Love the
Coley's
wood.
the only other person that has wood experience.
He's got season tickets on the wood. Yep.
Yeah, he's got the season tickets to the Celtics on the wood, which comes with part ownership. It's just one of those things. It was in the deal. But yeah, it was a
so
very
he was
fun
on the
night.
wood, and he's upset
Thank
you're
you.
not
Thank you.
acknowledging it. Didn't they lose that game?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But I was rocking the hell out of that Nike Tech that night.
You were suited up.
Still
What
coming
game?
in hot, T.
T,
Oh.
you sat on the wood before
Yeah. Eastern Conference Finals a couple years ago.
for the Celtics.
Correct.
Oh, right. Yeah, he mentioned that to me last night. Yeah, he got the last second invite and they lost.
From
yeah, it
who,
was the
Puff?
Hardy replacement.
Who asked you to go?
The Sports Hub. Zolak and Bertrand trip.
Oh, it was very nice of them to ask you to go. As like a backup.
Definitely.
Anyways, yeah, I feel like so thank God I didn't see it because I would have been super mad. But Tyler told me that there was like a Reddit thread about our communication. I'd like to. I know Steve doesn't want me to. I just want. We can do it nicely. We can do it calmly because it's not like a bad point that whoever posted is making. Yeah, we said 2 episodes a week and it's been a struggle. I think that there's we don't have to get into it. There's things that like business wise are going on behind the scenes that we need to hammer out. And that's been like a hold up in like doing what we wanted to do. Steve also like being full time.
I'm already going to hate. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to make something up. What do you got?
That was crazy, Jared.
Get the fuck out of here, Steve.
That was
Shut up.
crazy.
I was about to explain. Steve's got a lot on his plate. He's full time with Underdog. Sundays, which we originally wanted to do, like he's doing NFL Sundays, and like he has a job to do outside of just Section 10. Like there's stuff that's going on. That's all. Yeah, we need to get our shit together. I'll say right now, I'm accountability. And I am very much included in this, we need to get our shit together. We said we were going to do a stream on Cyber Monday. Like the fucking website wasn't even 20% off on Black Friday. Like we dropped the ball on that one. Like that's on me. It starts with me. I'm the leader. I'm the captain of the ship. I take accountability. We fucked up some things recently, but we're going to right the ship. We're going to get it going.
I think we're going to be fine. That suspension was totally fair. I just wish we never said exactly, and by we, I mean Jerry, that we never said exactly that we were going to do Sunday and Wednesday shows when we hadn't talked about that as a group, because then people run with that.
We didn't say it on the show. I tweeted it.
It was okay. At least it wasn't said verbally, but yeah, that was tweeted out. I would have taken that tweet back.
You want me to delete the tweet?
I'd love if you delete it.
I'm going to delete the tweet right now.
But outside of that, I think it's yeah, it can be spread around. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Jerry?
In my defense, I just knew it would be difficult to get everyone on the same page of what night.
You did that to try to like make us just agree to it.
I just tried to like force it to be like, all right, it's Sundays and Wednesdays. Like that's what I put out there. So we have to stick to it or people are going to get mad. And then the result of that was like, well, I'm not fucking doing that. And I was
Jared,
like, okay.
One of my favorite things, and by favorite, it's probably least favorite, but it is what it is that you'll explain these things, but we've been doing this for 10 years. I know your reasoning for like everything that you do. Like there's
I deleted the tweet, by the way.
And you know the reasoning for like everything that I do. So you're not going to be able to slide that past us, you know?
I'm just explaining for the people. Like the mindset was, if I just put it out there, then we'll have to stick to it. But that's
I know that's why you did it. Yeah. But you deleted the tweet. I applaud that.
Tweet's gone. So we're gonna figure out a better schedule because I've felt guilty about it, even though it's not my fault. But I felt guilty about it. What, Steve? What?
I'm saying the 2 shows a week thing. Now, like we jumped the gun on that a little bit, but obviously we need to figure it out a little bit. Also, let me just add we've still given the people a lot of stuff. I mean, we had Section 10 awards. We had the manager of the team on here. Yeah. We had the guy that pitched in the last game of the year on here. Which did a great interview. We've also had like 1 or 2 other shows and Providence, Mike Emond Night. Like
Mike Emond
Night.
We've
done a lot of stuff. And honestly, for this last month to feel like we've under-delivered, I looked back at what we did this last month. I'm like, damn, if that's our worst month, that's a fucking good, bad month.
I have felt like we've severely under-delivered, and maybe that's just me being like, I just need to go. Like I need to go. Like when the World Series ended, I was ready to do 2 BIDs, 2 Section 10s, and a live stream every week, like 5 shows a week. I was ready to go. Like I didn't want a break. I didn't need a break. I didn't feel gassed, which is unusual for me. Like after the playoffs, I was like, let's fucking just keep it moving. Yeah, but we'll figure something out. I don't want to burn out everyone else just because I feel good. I can't just assume everyone else feels great and doesn't need a break. That's fine. Fucking pussies. But I think what?
It was so good until those last 2 words.
What? Yeah, no, yeah, we'll figure it out. It's something that we're going to have to figure out.
I would love to work, Jared.
I know you would.
I'd love it.
I know you would, Coley. Yeah. I would. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I would love it.
I know you would. I would love if you did too.
No one wants to work more than me.
The McMahon.
No one.
I wanted to real bad. Yeah. Hopefully we have a resolution.
Where do you think I should work, Jared?
Underdog Fantasy.
Wow. Would love that.
Right here. Right here where you belong. The pioneer, the first man that came over here, actually. Yeah. Which, by the way, it's also the easiest place to play fantasy sports.
Comfortably the easiest.
Yep. And if you play their pick'em game, it's as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats. Do you think it would be stupid of me to get into like NFL pick'ems? I know that I know nothing about it, but like just for like the fun of it. No,
you should be all over the NFL. Because Jared, who do you think the best player in the NFL is?
Drake May.
That's correct. So you're already ahead of the game. Like, you know the deal already. So just take his hires. You'll be right.
I saw something like a little graphic that was like the Red Sox have lost more recently than the Patriots have. Is that true?
That has to be true. The last time the Patriots lost was in September.
It's 100% true. Yeah, the Pats haven't lost since the summer, and the Sox lost in October, unfortunately.
So you consider September the summer? I do too. I'm just asking.
Well, it was the date in September that's still, it was part of the September that's still the summer. I'm just saying if we're going by the letter of the law.
Yeah. Make sure you sign up for promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. I just want the folks at home to know that, like, I feel bad about it. Like, I'm not just like, well, I don't care. Like, no, I do. I wish we could do a fucking podcast every day. I wish we were doing the 10 every day. I wish we were doing BID every day. I wish we were streaming every day. That's what I want to be doing. You think I like just fucking sitting on my ass watching P. Diddy documentaries? No.
That's what I was watching tonight, actually.
You did watch it?
Right before this, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you get to the part where he said he like met people on the streets and was like taking pictures and hugging fans and then got in his car and was like, well, I need to go shower now.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to take a hot bath with peroxide. Does anyone have any hand sanitizer? That's how he feels about people.
Some of the stuff he was saying, well, the way they started with the phone call where he's just not even letting the guy on the other side, I think it's his lawyer or whatever, like say literally anything. He's trying to give advice. He's like, no, you listen to me. I'm like, okay, well, this is not a great way to start, but
no.
Produced by 50 Cent, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you couldn't hate anyone more than 50 Cent hates Diddy.
I was like, I love 50.
His name
50 Cent hates him.
Is just in big block letters like, I did this. I just so that everyone knows, 50 Curtis Jackson Cent put together this documentary talking about how much of a piece of shit P. Diddy is. Yeah. Like they'll like stop an episode halfway through to be like, by the way, it's me, 50 Cent.
He jumps in. Want to let everyone know I did this, produced the whole thing. EP produced it, loved it. This is me. He's awful. This is me.
Anyways, back to the show.
It's the exact antithesis of The Last Dance, where Michael Jordan made a Michael Jordan documentary. So it was like glowing and so perfect. This is an absolute nightmare. Do you know how he got all this footage, by the way?
No.
The freak-offs are in
filming it. No one said
you
that.
Pervert. No one said that.
No one ever said that. Okay. It's a full documentary.
Just jumped to oil sex parties.
It was so funny that you just launched it with that. Is there footage of the freak-offs in this thing?
I was about to say, that's insane, man. Like they had an undercover spy or something.
Like, can we stop recording?
Anyways.
Go ahead, Coley.
Diddy shot all the footage because he was shooting his triumph in court. He thought he was shooting like the Super Bowl doc, like that he was winning. And so instead, it's a bunch of him. It makes sense why he's talking over his lawyer. Like, look at me. I'm Mr. Big Smart Lawyer, man. No, you're an idiot. And everyone's laughing at you. It's no one harder than 50 Cent, who somehow acquired this footage that you shot for your triumph that never came.
Wow. I respect the hate. I love that. That's good stuff.
50's like a first class hater, and he brings receipts. Like he honestly comes out on top like all the time and all this stuff. I feel like things come out about rappers and 50's just like, yep, I knew about that. That guy sucks too. Like he's just constantly letting you know that these other dudes that were in his space were just like the worst people of all time. I'm just waiting. I'm like, I love 50 Cent, but I'm like, I hope he doesn't get caught up in something at some point here.
You don't get shot 9 times for no reason.
I guess, but I think he's acknowledged his past in dealing drugs and whatnot. Like, he made a movie
like
about
bad stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to be like living a pretty clean life to put out a doc like this about somebody else.
Dude, that was the first thing I thought. I'm like, if you're like, I produced this, it's like, okay, you better feel pretty good that you didn't do anything super bad. But
yeah.
He still trolls Floyd to this day about not being able to read, right? Like, isn't that one of his favorite bits?
Yeah.
Well, Floyd's never seen that because he can't read.
Yeah. It is true.
Yeah. Red Sox traded for Sonny Gray, huh? Yeah, that feels like a year ago at this point.
It was.
We didn't get the chance to talk about it though, so I think we can have a discussion about it. I feel like, I hit it on it a little bit. I didn't do like a deep dive on BID. We kind of just like, I let the other guys like give their takes on it. I wanted to like save the meat and potatoes for the 10, but as far as reaction goes, saw the tweet and I was like, I think I literally tweeted like, "Oh?" question mark. Like, this wasn't on my radar at all. But I feel like, time and time again, like Breslow moves in silence. Like there were like, for anyone that was asking like in tweets, like, "Oh, did you know this?" Like, no, nothing. Like, didn't know that they were poking around, didn't know that anything was close. Like sometimes we'll hear, it'll be like, "Hey, get ready. There might be something happening today." Like there wasn't even that. It was just like, I found out and everyone else found out, which, it's exciting to still be able to do that. Like I like when it's like, oh, breaking news. And then it's like, all right, fuck yeah. But, my first thought, I know T is on the other side of this. I knew, well, this means no more Lucas Giolito, which sucks. Like I didn't particularly love that part of it, but I know Tyler feels differently. Maybe the other guys do too. I don't want to speak for them. But I don't know. Like, I feel like when you look at what Sonny Gray has been basically since he left the Yankees, like you're talking about a dude that doesn't walk people. There's a lot of swing and miss, and I don't need the well, first of all, I was like, there better be money coming this way. There is, which is fine. I just, if that's the number 2, I'm going to be disappointed. And I had people say, "What are you, a fucking idiot? You get paid to talk about baseball and you don't think he's a number 2? I'm not saying he can't pitch like a number 2. But I think when I was kind of sold this idea that the Red Sox were seeking a pitcher to essentially start game 2 after Garrett Crochet in game 1, it was more of a long-term thing. I'm not saying Sonny Gray cannot pitch to the ability of a number 2 starter in the American League. What I am saying is he doesn't fit the description of what I thought I was getting. I thought I was getting, a pitcher certainly maybe 8 to 10 years younger than Sonny Gray, and a pitcher that was under team control for multiple years, not just a one-off here. So yeah, I think I had mixed feelings about it, but nothing was really overly negative where it was like, this is a bad move. How could you do this? Didn't feel bad about giving up any of the players that were traded in this deal. It was like, all right, yeah, sure. Like 1 year of Sonny Gray, that's great. But that can't be the end. And by that can't be the end, it wasn't, all right, well, you need to get Bregman / Alonzo Schwarber. It's like, I kind of want another starter. And some of the messaging has been mixed in regards to whether or not that's coming, like what Catillo tweeted last night, that it's 50-50 that, another starter is on the way. But even just hearing him say 50-50, to me, that means they're going to try, right? Like, it doesn't mean that they're going to be desperate in their pursuit of another starter, but it does mean that they're not just like, Sonny Gray's the guy, this is the rotation that we have in mind, so on we go. Take.
I do feel like Craig Breslow, when he met with the media, like acknowledging the fact that something he learned since he took over this job, if there's a way to upgrade your team and it's in front of you, you got to act on it. Don't wait around. Don't leave it. Don't think of it as a certainty that it's going to be there maybe later as you investigate other opportunities. And to me, that pointed a lot to what happened at the trade deadline, where it seemed like they thought all along, hey, we're going to bang out this Joe Ryan deal last moment. It will get done. And then we saw he looked like a sad puppy after the trade deadline happened. You end up overpaying for Dustin May, and we know how that all worked out. But to me, I think the way Craig Breslow looked at, this entire situation, and, Gray, I felt like was on the outside of a lot of the targets everyone was bringing up because of the contract. It was like, oh, this guy's owed $35 million in 2026. Between the buyout and his salary in 2027, it's another $35 million. It was a backloaded deal. I think one of the best aspects of this deal is that everyone knew the Red Sox wanted a number 2 starter, and maybe you can even fault Breslow to some degree for how strongly he talked about this number 2 starter at the GM meetings, being like, hey, we want someone who can stand next to Garrett Crochet. He can be that kind of guy. Really building up almost this co-ace kind of status. But I think for Breslow here, he saw a chance to go get Sonny Gray. You're getting rid of Richard Fitz and Brandon Clarke without having to deal one of the outfielders of Abreu or Duran, without having to move Early or Tolley, any of those like really elite prospects in the system. Okay, cool. We're going to upgrade the team. We're going to get someone who's essentially a reverse Giolito. You look at Giolito's ERA last year, and you're like, oh, that's a number 2 starter, a mid-3 ERA. That's what it looks like. Underneath the hood, everything screams number 4, number 5 starter. Sonny Gray is the opposite. The ERA looks like a number 4 starter. Everything underneath the hood points somewhere into that 2 to 3 range, depending on how much you want to buy into some of these, FIP, expected FIP, Sierra, how much you want to weigh those things versus what the surface level stats were, his age as well. But I think for Breslow, he saw a chance to go and upgrade. If this was what the rotation was entering the year, they'd be satisfied and they could reassess at the deadline, but maybe later on in the offseason. And that's where we're getting the Cole Reagans rumors that are starting to float about and go about. Freddie Peralta today popping out, and hearing the Brewers are, considering moving him more than they were earlier in the offseason. I think Breslow says, all right, let's see which one of these teams want to jump maybe for an outfielder or a package we have. And if it's there, we can go and make that deal.
I think the one of the biggest things that jumped out to me was not everyone. I never like using everyone because we fall into that trap sometimes. It's not everyone that has the same reaction ever. But this is going to be the number 2. Like, obviously, there it is. There's that group of people that are just jumping into that already. And there's a scenario where Sonny Gray's the only starter that they actually add to the rotation this offseason, and yet they still could have had the intent of getting a legitimate number 2 behind Garrett Crochet. So if this ends up being the only guy, I wouldn't say that that's the be-all, end-all for this team, considering obviously the pending moves that would happen with the lineup. But either way, the biggest thing that jumped out to me is he can start in the postseason. You can give him the ball in the playoffs. You're going to feel good about it. I love 30 start boys. 30 starts on average the last 3 seasons each. So that's awesome. Love to see that. But these are the kind of deals that I feel like down the road matter so much more. Like, we're watching, sadly, the last 4 or 5 seasons now, we've watched a lot of playoff series that don't include the Red Sox and that have teams playing in big game 5s, game 6s, and they have guys like Sonny Gray on the mound. Like, that's who you need to win a huge game when you're still waiting for that top dog in the rotation to come back for maybe a do or die game 7. So I like the deal. You didn't give up much. I love Dick Fitz. I'm going to miss him in the dugout. I'm sure Crochet will too. I think he was a better dugout celebration guy than an actual starter for the team. I know I tweeted this, but he caught my first pitch at Fenway. He scooped it. I still wish he caught it in the air, but wasn't a great pitch overall. But no, for the money after the Cardinals ate that money, I was like, yeah, there's nothing about this deal that I dislike. The second you saw that it was picking up $20 million, it's like, okay, that makes sense. And this is a guy that's going to start a good chunk of valuable games for the Red Sox this season, and you're going to need him.
T, for the record, can you please explain where the Red Sox were kind of at with Brandon Clarke? Because I feel like there were some fans that don't pay attention to the minor league system. By the way, shout out Chris Hatfield. I sent him the screenshot today. Got my Spotify Wrapped. Sox Prospects podcast was my number 1 podcast to listen to this year.
Proud of you.
Yep. Explain where the Red Sox were at with Brandon Clarke, and because there's definitely fans that don't pay attention to the minor leagues that are like, we traded our number 5 prospect for this guy. What the fuck? So can you please calm those people down?
Yeah, a lot of people went to Brandon Clarke and they went to MLB Pipeline, and this is what I think happens with a lot of fan bases. You make a trade, you want to feel as good as you possibly can about what you got back, especially when, where the Cardinals are, you're kind of rebuilding and trying to give hope, and everyone's starting to cite, Brandon Clarke, number 5 prospect in the system. And as we had seen, his stock since the middle of the year has dropped a bit. And it's not to crap on the guy or say he doesn't have a bright future or anything like that. Sox prospects still had him at number 8 in their system. But we knew at the trade deadline, they were trying to move Brandon Clarke. That's what was going on. They wanted to flip him for Merrill Kelly. The Diamondbacks said, we want Connolly early. We've talked about it on this podcast from people who have whispered those things towards the scoop shop. Sox Prospects has been talking about it. I know Stats was talking a bit about it on Twitter this week. But that was a big holdup at the deadline where the Red Sox were trying to move Clarke in these deals, and teams weren't biting. We heard that other organizations maybe don't value some of these players as highly as the Red Sox do. I think he did fit into that camp a little bit. And there was a moment where he broke into the top 100 early in 2025. He had gotten to low A and just shoved for 3 starts. But when you look at what Brandon Clarke was, and he was a 5th round pick in 2024, didn't make Baseball America's top 10 list last week, which is made by Alex Spear. But once he got up to high A, it was a struggle for him. It was a 5.08 ERA, 4.17 FIP, and 11 11 starts. In those 11 starts, he pitched 28 in a third innings. So he was not going deep. He never completed 5 innings once this year, recorded 10 outs or more in only 4 or 14 starts. And it's a great fastball that can get up to triple digits, a nasty slider, but the command is very iffy. The walk per 9 was over 7 at high A, had a reoccurring blister issue this past season. So yeah, talented pitcher. A lot of reliever risk there. And listen, the reliever profile, he could be a Josh Hader type that if you wanted to accelerate him and push him into the big leagues, there's a real chance for that. But where you are with the Red Sox, he's been jumped by some arms. Connolly early, what he did this year, no one's putting Brandon Clarke at this point in time ahead of Connolly early. What Hunter Dobbins was able to show you. We know what Peyton Tolley is. Luis Peral is coming back from Tommy John. You drafted Kyson Witherspoon, Anthony Einson, Marcus Phillips. The system has this, plethora of pitching depth right now that they can kind of lean on. It's okay to trade one of these guys it's a lot more ceiling than floor right now. And I'm not saying the Cardinals got robbed. I think they got what they wanted in this deal and the Red Sox got what they wanted, and it is what it is. But I don't think you should be sitting here clutching your pearls like the Red Sox paid some ridiculous price, because they didn't.
No, it was a fine trade. Coley?
Yeah, I did see too many people being like, well, Clarke sucks. And that's not exactly true.
No,
but I do feel like relief pitching is in his future. He's older than Luis Perales, not by like years or anything, but he's older than Luis Perales, who was knocking on the door of the major league roster, coming off of Tommy John. So that kind of tells you where his advancement was, and T just pointed out a lot of his controls. So I don't want to make it seem like he was a bum. I do think Dick Fitz is more of a National League pitcher, if that makes sense. Like I saw a couple Cardinals fans being like he's giving off Lance Lynn vibes, which is just because he's got a big head. But I don't think he's. I mean, people were talking about him coming out of camp this year, like, oh, if that velocity holds, and he gave us good starts, and we kind of fucked with him. We had to make that emergency start and then kept him up instead of sending him back down and had to make another start. That kind of tanked his season. So him pitching well in the NL Central of all divisions would shock me 0%. And I'm rooting for him.
Steve, are you worried about the vibes without Dick Fitz now?
Not too much. I mean, honestly, if you look at this roster, there seems to be surprise vibes guys that pop up. Like, you never really know who the vibes guy is going to be. I was stunned a couple of years ago when Franchi Cordero was like one of the top reasons for the nicknames. I'm like, what? He was he was like the nickname guy. So yeah. I feel like
he was the celebration guy.
He was, yeah. But then the shirts that they would have, made up for him, all those phrases were because of Franchi, which actually blew my mind. No, I think Crochet being a top dog, being the ace in this team, and showing you that he can still, eat box in the dugout and milk cows and all that. Like, I feel like that sets the tone for these other guys to be like, all right, if he can do it, like, I can do it. Like, we can be goofy if the top guy that's like really serious on the mound is goofy in the dugout.
Him and Giolito were probably, outside of Crochet, the top 2 dugout guys, right?
Yeah, probably.
Like, you think back to a lot of those moments last year, they were the ones like fucking
Duran
around.
Was a big dugout guy.
Duran too, yep.
Duran got into it. Yeah, Duran would like pick his nights to be a dugout guy, and then he'd do some like real X-rated stuff. I think that made up for the fact he wasn't like a quantity dugout guy. But yeah, the quality was very high when you got a celebration from him. Also, Pete Alonso, let's be real. If he gets introduced to this team, he would be a big dugout guy. I feel like he'd be leaning into the celebrations pretty heavy too. So, and you could probably throw Schwarber in there too. He's had some hilarious mic'd up moments.
Dude, I don't know what's going on with the whole Schwarber thing, but like, I'm starting to believe. Like, there's times where the Red Sox, well, back in my day, Tyler.
Okay.
If there was a top free agent, the Red Sox were always linked to said free agent because they're the Red Sox. And then over the last, I don't know, call it 6 years or so, the Red Sox stopped acting like the Red Sox, and they were no longer linked to top free agents. This time around, I expected the Red Sox to be linked to Schwarber just because the fans love him and he's played here before and whatever. Like, they need a lefty power bat, kind of like a DH type. You know anyone like that? They do like they're linked to Kyle Schwarber, but now I think it's legit. I saw what Robert Murray said today that the Phillies are still the favorite, but there's been a lot of chatter surrounding the Red Sox. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I'm having flashbacks of Joe Ryan where Yeah, the Red Sox can talk a big game about wanting a player, but it does take two to tango. It's a little bit different of a situation when we're talking about a free agent versus a trade because it takes a little bit more of the other side to tango where the player is not involved in that conversation at all, really. But
he doesn't check off as many boxes as some of these other guys just based on what Breslow has talked about, right? Like mentioned the preference being a right-handed bat, even though if you were a lefty and you could mash, you would look past that, but it's not going to figure out first base for you. And third base will still be a question because I don't think we're expecting a Schwarber and a Bregman or Alonso and a Bregman or even a world where it was maybe Schwarber and Alonso.
Yeah. I don't know.
I heard that as and Lonzo. I'm like, who's Lonzo? I don't even know who that guy is. Yeah. They'll bring Lonzo in.
I don't know. I love Kyle Schwarber. Would be very excited if he came back, but Pete Alonso just fits better. I don't know. I'm not going to.
Also, a guy you're giving up a second and a fifth round pick and $1 million international money too.
For Schwarber.
Yes.
This is getting back to Sonny Gray here, but did the Yankees line mean anything to you guys one way or the other? Yeah.
Coley?
No, like, what is he fucking talking about? I've seen a million Yankee clips already of him being like, I fucking love New York. It's like, just shut the fuck up and pitch, dude. He's got an 07 hat. Like, he knows nothing.
Hell yeah. Hey, watch your mouth.
Love
the 07 hat was awesome.
Nothing.
And he shouted out Josh Beckett, talked about watching him back when he was on Team USA back in the day. I can respect that.
I saw him talking to Trevor Bauer, and I said, this guy's an idiot.
I think
hard to come at that, but I think it felt lot like
this is what I've seen no one talk about, and I don't know what, like, everyone talk. Look what he did last year. Sick. Look what he did in the AL East. He was awful.
That was a decade ago.
Awful.
It's why do you? That's where the conversation goes.
That's not the problem. He's old. Like, I'm not mad about the trade at all. But all the sunshine and rainbows, like, he's a clear number two. What are you idiots talking about? No, he's not.
I don't think that's been the conversation. I think it's been the other way.
I think is crazy.
No.
I
think the minority is
right when the trade happened. People were very against it. The second the money came back and the next day happened and the focus was on the bats, people were like, "Oh yeah, this is clearly a number two. Look under the hood. Look at all the numbers you just cited." And it's like he's not been good in the AL East.
Yeah, I didn't take it that way. The way I took it was a lot of people were like, yeah, we're happy he's here, but there better be something else. And then we'll be satisfied. I'll wait till the end of the offseason to give my full grade on it. Kind of like Jared shaped at the beginning of the episode. I think that was the consensus opinion on it. But when you talk about Sonny Gray and what went wrong in New York, and this is my question for what's going to happen here. Eric Kratz talked about it a ton. He was pissed with the way they changed his usage in New York. He was sitting there crying to him about it, saying, I don't like throwing the sweeper the way they're making me throw it. It was a slider at that time, and he was yapping about it. Well, we know when he comes here, the four-seamer got smoked the last couple of years. The first thing Andrew Bailey is going to do is tell him, hey, less of that, more cutter, sinker, sweeper. So what is that going to look like here? Maybe 10 years later, he's able to accept that. You know, he was a different guy with a different fastball at that point. I just wonder if he wasn't willing to kind of frame it that way at this point in time. A lot of it came off to me like when you're out with a girl for the first time and you're trying to say the right things. You want fans to like you. You want people to get fired up.
She sucks.
That dude, he's a pretty nice guy. I hate that guy. Yeah, he fucking blows. Like that's how I took it to some degree. And at the end of the day, I'm happy to see the rivalry continue to flare up a little bit here because we now have 3 or 4 players on the Red Sox that have some kind of disrespectful comments towards them in the last year.
It's such loser shit from a team that just lost to them. I need them to shut the fuck up.
I'm cool talking shit.
I don't think
they got their doors blown off.
Yeah, you lost. Yeah, you lost.
They didn't get their doors
They were
blown
knocked
off.
in. They were never in game 3.
They should have swept that. They were a fly ball being caught away from sweeping that series.
Game 2
would have been nice.
Yeah. We can't say they got their doors blown off. I think
that didn't
that's
happen.
Nuts.
Yeah.
But
highly from the second that ball was dropped, what were they outscored? By like 10 runs?
But when that ball was dropped, it gets caught. You're going into what, the 9th inning?
Yeah. They should. Yeah. I agree. It should have been cut. That's not. That's what
like
happened.
saying that the Blue Jays got their doors blown off in the World Series.
And fuck the Bruins, by the way. You fucking pieces of shit. I can't wait till the Celtics build their own fucking building so they can move to Hartford or something. Get the fuck out of here.
Making Schlittler
losers.
Jersey?
Throw a parade for once.
Oh, I didn't even see that. They made Schlittler a jersey?
He went to the game. They made him a Bruins jersey.
They fucking were sucking him off all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely terrible.
That's the most loser shit I've seen in some time. Pathetic. It's why they don't win anything. Ever. They never have. There were 6 teams in the fucking league they couldn't win.
I get the concept of what Coley's saying, and I agree with the concept of like we don't need to be saying negative things about the Yankees right now. I will say about that Gray quote, I saw the quote card first from I think it was the John Boy guys, but I needed to see how he said it because those can go completely differently. How that shows up there, and then how it actually looks. The way he said it to me, I had a little more like understanding for because it was pretty chill. It wasn't like, you know, super animated. A lot of times you get these quotes. It's from like shitter in the fucking Knicks parking lot, like fuck Boston, or it's coming off the mound after striking a guy out and throwing 100 and being like, they suck. Or, you know, even in the post game presser where you're still a little riled up, you probably just saw your mentions. Everyone's like, you're the man and you're really feeling yourself. The fact that Gray was just doing that pretty casually in his intro presser shows me that he genuinely just didn't like his time there. I don't fully need the, like, it's good to go to a place where it's easy to hate these guys. Like maybe that's going a little bit too far overboard, but I had no problem if he was being honest about it. And Coley, I get it. Like there was that, but then I get there was that clip. I think he was being genuine.
Don't you remember when he came off the mound and they were booing him and he like smiled and it was like a story for a week that he was smiling because they booed him? Like, I think he probably hates it as much as he's saying.
I don't think he was like pandering or anything. I get that clip exists and all that, but like he's now at a point of his career where there's no real reason for him to lie about anything. You're not going to be super worried about getting your next job. Like I don't think he's going to pitch in the league for a ton longer. So if anything, it was just him being super honest, and I'm fine with it. It's not super necessary, but it was Sonny Gray. I mean, I've just watched him from afar and thought like he would never be someone that would give us this kind of quote. Like he seems like the most laid back, like chill dude of all time. So I was a little surprised in that sense.
And then it's like all these people who don't even play for the team yet are chiming in. And it's just like, what are you doing? Shut up.
What's that about?
Tully and Wong? Is that what you're
looking to say they liked it or something?
Sandlin went on Pod on Lansdowne. Maybe they did a fake quote, but I know he was on the show and that's what they put out, that he hates the Yankees too. So it's just like, all right, like fucking break AAA before you start talking shit.
It's also just funny hearing any kind of like hey Reza, hey, he's like compared to, and I hate to go back on my day, but like compared to what we grew up with, that's not hate. That's not like genuine aggression.
They would beat them and then chirp them in the parade, not lose to them in embarrassing fashion and then have nobody start talking shit. Like I can't have that.
Yeah. Before we move on from Schlittler, I wanted to tweet about it, but like I feel weird like tweeting about it. He put out a thing that he's doing Cameo now and said rage bait preferred, and it's like, dude, you put out a whole statement about like people being mean to you on the internet, and that like this is why no one feels bad for you. Like this is why like you're kind of looked at as a little bit of a joke, and you're not in on the joke, like you are the joke. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to his first start at Fenway because it's, I'm sure he's gonna get it. He's gonna
him and Gray. Give it to me. That will be a fun night.
I mean, those are on different night. Those are on different levels for what Shitter's doing, and you know, Sonny Gray being like, yeah, I didn't enjoy my time there.
But I think fans on each side are going to get riled up. I think it would be that way if it was Dobbins. I think it'd be a similar thing.
I much prefer Dobbins. Much prefer.
Yeah, they'll bring these up. I mean, this will now come up when Sonny pitches in Yankee Stadium, obviously.
Honestly,
it already would have been a thing without these lines.
Hunter Dobbins got to be sitting there being like, this is great. Like, the more that more people speak up about the Red Sox.
He never said anything.
Yeah. He's just like you got Connor Wong at the Celtics game being yeah, fuck the Yankees. Shoved. I never liked them.
Yeah, Connor,
he gave him a solo shot to Judge, and that was it, right?
That was tough, and I was furious in the moment. And then the rest of the game, he was fine. He wasn't really touched the rest of the time. So Hunter Dobbins can keep talking. Everyone else, like, unless you've been here for multiple seconds, shut the fuck up.
And if you give up a solo shot to Judge, that's an unearned run, I think, because like he hits so many, they don't even count that. It's just like, yeah, that's baked in. You're gonna give up that solo bomb. It's always like right center typically, and the rest is just a shutout. So good for him.
Yeah,
I can't believe the Bruins. I wish I didn't know that. I was unaware.
They put him in a suite. He had a fucking custom jersey. It's like, get off your knees, guys.
That sucks.
Awful.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Pox on the city.
Yeah, I don't love that. I do love Blue Moon, though.
Of course.
Yeah. Born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, so it's no wonder why you crave it. Blue Moon's bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer drinking experience year-round. And for those occasions when you want a lighter option, reach for Blue Moon Light at only 95 calories and 3.6 grams of carbs per 12-ounce serving. It's refreshingly light alternative beer brewed with real tangerine peel. Looking for a great-tasting non-alcoholic beer? Try Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic. Still made with real Valencia orange peel with coriander. Just 80 calories. Yeah. I've been counting calories recently, T.
How many?
Just counting them in general.
But you're adding weight.
I'm
you're
trying to
get
add weight.
thick.
Yeah, but like you got to like be picky choosy about what kind of calories you're putting in your body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've never understood that really.
Yeah. Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories, brightly brewed with real tangerine peel, tastes light and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon Light. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Speaking of celebrating,
Suck one.
we've been talking about this for a long time. We got good news and we got bad news. We got good news and bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you want first, Steve?
Bad.
The bad news is you're not coming, and neither is Coley.
That is true.
Yeah. The good news is breaking news. The Section 10 Christmas party for all religions and atheists featuring potentially John Bon Jovi is happening this year on December 13th at Polar Park. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shout out to the Woo Sox. There will be amazing hosts for the Section 10 Christmas party for all religions and atheists featuring John Bon Jovi, December 13th at Polar Park in Worcester. Coley and Steve can't be there, but me and T will be there holding it down. Mikey will be there. Jake will be there. 2K will be there. I'm going to try and see if maybe we can get maybe I don't want to we keep promising things that don't happen. I was going to say maybe we can have a special guest or something
over there, and I guarantee it actually.
Yeah. But we'll have a merch table that once again, my mom and sister, they run the merch table at our events. So if it's something like a last minute gift idea and you don't trust the shipping to get there in time, then it's kind of like a last minute Section 10 Christmas present opportunity for you. But yeah, T and I will be there. The Woo Sox are doing like a whole Christmas thing at Polar Park. You know what, Mikey, you can explain it better than me what they have going on there. Mikey Emond, please. The man who had his own night at Providence College, Mike Emond.
Hey everyone.
Hey Mikey.
Go.
So this is going to be the winter in Wooville that the Worcester Red Sox, otherwise known as the Woo Sox, are putting on, and we will be a part of it. And the first 300 ticket buyers will get an exclusive T-shirt. And the T-shirt is going to be awesome. It's going to say Section 10 Christmas Party for all atheist religions and maybe Bon Jovi. So those shirts are going to be awesome. There's going to be a cash bar available, and you'll be able to go in and out of the DCU Club, which is where we will be. You can hang out with us, and then you can also go enjoy the winter in Wooville. It's all over the ballpark, holiday decor, music, lights, all the fun Christmas stuff. And you can come in and out and come hang out with us and then go check out the fun Christmas stuff. So it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, bring your families. It's a family event. T, what the fuck did you do, my man?
What did you do, T? What did you just... I need Tommy John. Something popped in the elbow. Something popped and it was loud.
You didn't hit anything? You just popped it.
No, it popped. What were you doing that led up to it? That was a very interesting motion.
I was pretending to down Blue Moons.
Oh.
We weren't talking about Blue Moon.
There was an open bar.
Oh,
open bar, open bar.
No, not open bar.
Jesus.
No. Guaranteed open bar.
Wow.
It's on T.
I need surgery.
That's crazy. Yeah, T hurt himself drinking an imaginary Blue Moon.
It looked like something else.
Very exciting. The Christmas party featuring John Bon Jovi. It's for all religions. So this is the vision that we've had for 2 years, basically. I was like, I understand that there's people that don't celebrate Christmas, that listen to the 10, but I mean the lights. It's more about the lights, and it's not about like the it's not about the religious stuff. It's about Santa.
It's about the gifts and the lights and the cookies and the stuff that who hates cookies?
Not me.
Will there be a Santa set up to take pictures? I am willing to put a costume on if need be.
I think that's a great idea if you came as Santa. I'm just saying.
I'm not against it, and we can do like a line of pictures, and everyone can get a chance with Santa and tell them what they want.
As Santa Claus would be great. I think that's a great idea. But the T-shirt is probably...
It's going to be like Pussy in The Sopranos.
Whoa.
All right.
That's a good point, but some won't get it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's been like 20 years. But yeah, the T-shirt I'm very excited for. So, and that comes with a ticket, Mikey.
That is correct. And the party for our Section 10 thing will be from 6 to 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, bring your families. It'll be a fun time. Tea is Santa Claus and a T-shirt. Hang out. I'm sure they'll have hot chocolate as well.
Love a good hot cocoa.
Oh,
Mikey goes, no.
We didn't say that.
We didn't say that.
I'm sure there will be.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be great. I would.
If there isn't, get ready for a Reddit post.
Yeah. I would love a hot chocolate. That'd be great. All right, that'll do it. What else is there to talk about, T? What else you got?
Oh, T's, I'm sure got a lot.
Yeah, I think the other big storyline of the last 8 or 7 days has been the Sean McAdam piece that came out. It was part of his Sunday Note column where he typically just hits on a bunch of different topics and things going around from baseball, football, whatever it may be. But he had this line on the Red Sox spending. According to industry sources familiar with the organization's thinking, the Red Sox are okay going over the first CBT threshold set at $244 million for 2026, which would translate to them absorbing a modest financial loss. But with anything beyond that, there's a reluctance to incur bigger deficits. And that kind of just set everyone off. I think there's been a build-up hearing a lot of they want to go get one big bat and a complimentary bat with it. That kind of hinted at maybe them not going up and spending to that 284 number. But hearing they're essentially not willing to go past 264, which would be the second luxury tax threshold. And I'll get through the numbers quick because I know for a lot of people they don't give a fuck. But if you do, if they go, or since they're a second offender last year, going over the threshold and being over that for the first time, it's a 20% tax. The second year you do it in a row, it becomes a 30% tax. Once you go over 264, there's a 12% tax added on to that. So at this point, whoever this source is who's talking to Sean McAdam is saying, well, hey, if you take in that 30% tax after going over 244, and then the 12% tax that comes going over 264, the Red Sox would be operating at a loss. Now, we're talking about a team, at least in terms of last year, they made over $570 million in terms of revenue. It makes no fucking sense. There's no one who's going to actually believe any of that bullshit. And I'll put it in context for you. Last year, when the Red Sox went over the luxury tax, what were the penalties? It was $1 million. That's what it was. Now, if they were to go over 264 this time, the Rangers essentially did the same thing. And Jared?
I'm just saying it's $10 million.
Yes, the Rangers in 23 and 24, when they did something very similar, it was a $10 million tax hit or penalty that they ended up facing afterwards. So that's what's stopping them, and there's nothing they're going to lose outside of money if they went all the way up to 284. It just seems like they're not willing to do that, which is a shame, and it's embarrassing considering in this new era, since the last CBA was agreed to, the Mets, the Phillies, the Dodgers, all of these teams the Yankees have gone over the CBT every single year and well beyond it. And now you have the Blue Jays who are showing they're willing to be bigger spenders than you. That's just what the reality is at this point in time. They were last year. They're going to be this year. They're already past $250 million in terms of the luxury tax this year. And we know they have at least one big bat coming. So it feels like kind of accepting the Red Sox are going to be third in spending in the division. And just once again, what feels like another confirmation that they're not willing to be in that top 5 kind of space in terms of spending with the rest of the league.
Coley?
Why me?
You look dejected.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why this is so surprising when we have like one of the two owners who constantly is pushing for a salary cap, like a hard salary cap. Like, yeah, the year
especially
before,
a year before.
the year before a hard lockout, a scheduled lockout. Yeah, of course, he doesn't want to spend money. Most teams would see it as like, now's the time to actually do it, and probably what's the thing people get mad at, the deferring a lot of money, because that's probably gonna get taken right out of the rules as quick as next year, but you're gonna have to grandfather in every deal. No, we're going the other way, and pushing wage suppression along with the Yankees, who it seems like such a fucking burden to own a baseball team. If you listen to these owners tell it, it's just so gosh darn expensive. There's no upside.
I'm going to subscribe to hashtag wait and see.
Yep.
I saw it. I told you guys, I consider the source. I know that Sean McAdam and John Henry do have a good relationship. So I don't think that reporting comes from nowhere. I do think it probably comes directly from John Henry or someone very close to him, but like probably from John Henry. So I don't know. I think it's a matter of like, you know, we talk about Dave Dombrowski being here, the general manager, the chief baseball officer, whatever, the top ranking decision maker on the baseball side is the financial advisor for the billionaire owner. I do think that an owner can feel one way, but if you have the right guy in place that can convince the owner to spend, then that's their job. It's not just put together a roster that can win a championship. You have to convince your multi-billionaire owner that spending the money is worth the investment. So I believe that maybe the thought process is along those lines, that there's a limit to what the Red Sox will spend, just like any other team, but they obviously have a number in mind that they would like to be at and not exceed. But do I think that he can be convinced? Sure. Yeah, I do think that. So until the offseason concludes and they haven't spent the money that we were told that they were going to spend, or that we would have liked to see them spend, then yeah, I can't be up in arms about that yet.
It's hard to do the math a little bit too. And before I get into that, I saw a lot of people like killing Sean McAdam for this, and Catillo just from association. These guys have nailed every budget report over the last 3 or 4 years. Like in terms of in this city, and this is no shade to the other reporters, those two have broken the most information the last couple of years out of anyone on this beat consistently. And especially when it's come to money, whether it was Heim not being able to spend at the deadline, the budget restrictions once Breslow came in, like they nailed every single one of those, when there were a lot of people sitting here saying like, oh no, let's see what happens, let the offseason play out. And then we get to the same point every year and it was like, oh no, they had an idea of where that number was going to be and what they were operating under. So I don't understand the heavy like outlook, like, oh, like this is just negative Red Sox, like garbage, like don't buy into it. People are trying to make you hate the team. It's just, that's never been the vibe to me. They've just had the actual reporting and the track record to back it as well. But I think where you start to get nervous and you look at where they are right now post Sonny Gray trade, they're essentially at 225. If 264 is their ceiling right now, you know, throw in a $30 million signing, let's call it Bregman or whatever, you're already at 255. A complimentary bat, whether it's Jorge Polanco or whoever, JT Realmuto, the two names that have been floated as of late, those guys would easily bring you over. And we haven't even talked about adding a left-handed pitcher for the bullpen, or going and maybe adding Freddie Peralta or something like that via trade. And, you know, there's numbers. If you're willing to attach a prospect to Yoshida, maybe it makes it easy. If Duran's going out in a trade, that's $7.7 million. But it just doesn't seem like there's a ton of flexibility in that sense. So who knows? We'll see. And, you know, maybe this is another spot where Theo comes down, and we know he's had his hand in the Bregman stuff before. Does he push himself into this conversation to maybe get John Henry to be more uncomfortable? Maybe it's there. But I just don't understand looking at McAdam and like acting like these guys don't have a track record of nailing this stuff, because it's been there for multiple years.
You're correct.
McAdam's not like a hot take merchant.
No, he never has been that.
That's what I mean. I don't know. Like, that's where, when I was talking about all the people who were like yelled about Sonny Gray. Those are the same people who are shitting on this as if it's not like genuine reporting. And like Jared just said, coming directly from the top, like that's where it's like I can't really take a wait and see to like hard information like that.
To me, they've just been doing a lot of the reporting for stuff that's made people uncomfortable or maybe gone against like pro Red Sox stuff. They're very heavy on the Devers stuff early on and his camp being offended and upset and feeling some type of way. And I think a lot of that stuff, if you're very pro Red Sox or it's a lot of, I just want to hear Red Sox positivity, you're going to kind of push that stuff away. And I think that camp is the camp that was shitting on McAdam and saying like, what the fuck is this report? Because once again, their track record on the budget has been very strong for multiple years in a row.
I'm just going to wait and see.
And both things can be true, right? Like I feel like they can have the intent to not, and then all of a sudden they do. So it's still the start of December. We got winter meetings coming up. Like there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen over the course of the next couple of weeks and months. But I mean, they were willing to give Alex Bregman $120 million when they already had a third baseman and spring training was starting. So yeah, crazy things can happen.
And I just think, I when you see payroll restrictions and all that, you're the more negative thinking fans are going to be like, whoa, that just means they're going to get Bregman and they're not going to get, Alonso or Schwarber. They're just going to get Bregman and call it a day. And they can't afford both guys. Call it a pipe dream, but there are ways to, I guess, shed other payroll that you have currently. Like if there are trades that there are guys that you can hope to move. I know it's easier said than done. Some of the guys that I'm sure that they would like to move and not pay again, like that's Coley.
Wouldn't you say it's quite alarming that you made a trade with the guy who signed Masataka Yoshida, and he'd rather give you $20 million than take back his 18? Wouldn't you say that's quite alarming?
That's a good point, Coley.
I would argue it's quite alarming.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good point.
In terms of attaching, would you say like a Brandon Clarke level prospect, T? To get off of Masataka Yoshida?
It would probably be something
quite
in that
alarming,
range.
Jared. He'll keep asking about Yoshida, just dumping him. I think Jordan Hicks is a much cleaner path. I could absolutely see a team selling themselves on like Jordan Hicks, the reliever, got the rest of the year off when he got traded here, and also getting a prospect to dump him because that would definitely be required.
The Tigers were about to try to make Ryan Hensley into a starter. Who knows? If someone might believe Jordan Hicks can start.
Not an N in his last name.
Ryan Hensley? I say what?
You said
I said it. I'm sorry.
You said like the shirt.
Like Henley.
Henley.
Okay. But who knows? There might be a team that's willing to bite on that. At least there's stuff there. I think with Yoshida, people just look at it and say, like, what's the projection?
They didn't want to sign him when he was a free agent. They haven't wanted to trade for him at all. And he was like comfortably our best hitter in the playoffs.
That's a really good point, Coley.
People like we're all set.
Well, did you tweet that take?
No.
I feel like that's a very tweetable take.
That's got tweet written all over it.
Yeah, like isn't it a little bit concerning that the Cardinals, Heimblum of the St. Louis Cardinals, would rather give the Red Sox $20 million than take on Masataka Yoshida for 18?
But that's the thing. They need young prospects. They need those guys. Right?
They can have the prospects too.
We weren't swapping them out for the guys. Like he was going with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's backwards for where they're at.
Sure.
I mean, isn't it taken? I mean, it's taken on Yoshida for like 40, right? I mean, it's not 18.
Well, you're gonna take on the whole money.
But it's AAV.
Half
no one
of
looks at it that way.
Yeah,
it's just AAV.
True, but I mean, he's if we're gonna do the difference in the money, right? If they're giving us 20,
I mean, Gray taking him. Gray was 40,
but they gave us 20,
so it's a 21 million.
Yeah, that's 18 though.
Am I doing this wrong? I mean, if you take Yoshida,
they sent 20 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yoshida's what, 18 a year?
Yeah, for the next
I know
two.
You're saying he has multiple years signed, but what are they like? Who are they paying? They don't care.
Yeah, true. It's just, I mean, it's eye-opening that you're the guy that brought him over, and then you're like, please no. Like, don't
even Hicks, who started with the Cardinals, couldn't do that either.
Yeah. I wonder if Yoshida even came up. They're like, don't disrespect me by bringing up Yoshida in these contract talks.
So you really liked Yoshida at the beginning, right? You still like him?
To show him a highlight tape from this year. You could put one together. I think there were enough moments.
Playing left field in St. Louis. Oh my God.
Just show his playoff hits, but from like different angles and make it seem
just kind of show only his games at Yankee Stadium over the last 2 years. And that's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah. ESPN's got a lot of camera angles. You can make it look like it was a different at-bat.
Yeah.
They must have some sort of plan in mind. How are you talking Schwarber if you still have Massa?
I mean, they had him living in Florida last year, Jared. He was fine.
He almost hit 300 in spring training.
They had him throwing footballs all over the place, being like, that hurt your arm, right? And he was like, not really. And then they traded Devers, and they're like, he's on the next train up.
I still can't get over that Yoshida video from earlier this year where it's like, this is staged. Something feels off here. It was like in HD, and he's like, ow, I'm hurt. I can't play because of this. Like, I don't know. I'm on to these guys. Just let him be a tourist and just see if he'll just give the money back. That's probably that's your best bet.
I don't know, man.
I think Hicks is shuttable. I don't think Yoshida's. I think he's going to retire. He's probably going to get re-signed.
How much is he owed, Hicks?
12 and a half this year and next year.
Yeah.
I also find it concerning, though, that they were looking at like a Devin Williams when they had like Jordan Hicks on the roster. And that's a guy that you cared so much to take on that money. You obviously saw something you believed in. If you thought Craig Breslow called him, said he was an elite reliever at the time of the trade, they believed that's what he was. So clearly they weren't super confident in him reaching that state again either. So I don't know.
That's where my mind goes when we start talking about like adding players. I'm like, you got to get rid of players, dude.
So many.
Yeah.
It's just like if you go and get Schwarber, your infield, like you got your first and third are just completely open right now. Like you got Meyer, maybe he plays third and second and first becomes what you need to figure out, but it's a lot, man. That's a lot to figure out. And maybe you plug Polanco in at third and Meyer at second, and you just pray and hope Casas is healthy for spring training. But like those are the holes you're going to need to fill.
He needs to fill the hole in his glove. You know what I'm saying?
They all do. Like that was the other part, by the way. It wasn't just a bat. Like they pointed right at defense. Like that's something we need to improve.
Polanco's a horrendous defender.
They haven't done it yet because obviously they haven't done anything. Like that, calm down. But all the guys they've been linked to kind of stink at defense. So that's what's just like, what are you talking
Ketel
about?
Marte?
I don't know that they've necessarily
been linked.
I know that's been. I don't really buy that.
Bob Nightingale report.
Yeah, I trust Bob.
I don't.
I trust Bob with all my heart.
He's probably talking about Starling Marte, knowing him.
It was the Red Sox, the Rays, and what was the third team? Do you guys remember?
No.
Let me see.
I'm still convinced the Red Sox just get tossed into these lists when they need to fill out the tweet.
That's exactly what it is.
I completely agree.
Passan put out a piece on like all the trade candidates, and the Red Sox weren't mentioned as any of the best fits for Marte on Passan's list.
Well, he has CTE.
Yeah.
Good take.
Yeah.
This is a very triggering time of year for him when everyone's celebrating trees. His mind's not in the right place.
No.
Like, I love the Ketel Marte idea, but he's another guy, like...
Oh, you do?
Pretty weird that you extended him and now you're looking to move him a year later.
Huh?
Well...
They just extended him and they're already willing to deal him.
So?
He had a very weird year. It's just like being an alive human being.
And there were a lot of reports that there were problems in the clubhouse with him, with players not liking him and feeling some type of way about him.
It's fine.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, when you're talking about subtracting someone like Alex Bregman, who was this all-encompassing leader that, like, oh, Rafael Devers, you're a cancer. Get the fuck out of here. We're going to trade you for dog shit. We just want financial relief. And then you're going to bring in another guy who has concerns. That's a very interesting approach.
He's a very good player, though.
Like a fantastic ball player.
I don't really care what anyone in the Diamondbacks locker room thinks about anything, if I could be so bold.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot of Red Sox connections there. So there's a lot of people in that front office and in that dugout that they can connect with. And
Torey Lovello.
There was a lot to be upset about in Arizona this year. It obviously didn't go the way they wanted. So let's point fingers at Ketel Marte, who was consistently awesome.
Comfortably their best player.
Yeah. It's just impossible for an organization that's supposed to be trying to win. They just paid Corbin Burns. They did all these things. That is a fucking pivot.
Well, I think that's part of it. They've also, I mean, they're still paying Madison Bumgarner, I'm pretty sure. They're still paying Eddie, which is tough. Like they're not like the most.
Did they just get out from that fucking who was that shit bum lefty? Jordan fucking
Montgomery.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. They just got out of that.
Like they've kind of lit money on fire, and I respect it. Like they got to the World Series and they keep trying to get back, and it hasn't worked. But I very much, if they're trading Ketel Marte, it's because they're doing it like a year or two before they should, and to get off the money they just paid him. I don't know that
his contract is so team friendly though.
For real teams, I don't know if the Diamondbacks view it that way when they're going to be paying Corbin Burns again to not really pitch for them this year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's $15 million in 26, $12 million in 27, $20 million in 28, 22 and 2029.
I think they'll get a good piece for him. I think that's why they're doing it now.
It's just there's a lot. It's interesting. I'd like to know.
Everything I've heard from Ian, from Sox Prospects, for people who don't know who Ian is, just by me saying his first name, says Marcelo would have to be in the trade.
Yeah,
have to. Mm-hmm. And that's where I'm like, I understand selling Marcelo now. If you think he's not going to ever play more than 100 games, I understand that. But I don't know that a lot of people would be okay with that.
And 18 a year for Ketel Marte for 5 years. Oof.
It's a very team friendly deal.
Mm-hmm. Is it team friendly, you think?
It's team friendly, dude.
Yeah.
Through age 36, yeah, sign me up.
I just don't know that. I don't know. Like, if you, I can't even have the conversation about it because I don't want to sound like a Yankee fan. They have these discussions every fucking winter about how they're going to get like.
But Spencer Jones sucks. Like that's different.
Sure. Actually, no. He was good this year.
No, he wasn't.
Spencer Jones?
He got moved up to AAA and was shit.
Yeah, that's strikeout rate. I'm sorry. He did have like a historic 2.5 month run.
Yeah, in AA where he was 4 years older than everyone.
And that's the truth.
Like, I don't give a fuck what he was doing in AA. The second he got moved up to AAA and he was playing adults, he was ass.
He had to make adjustments. He ran out of time.
Yeah, he had a 130 WRC.
He was up there for like 3 games, dude. Like, just let him breathe, bro.
Being a hater, dude.
Jeez,
Jerry goes on all these podcasts. He's like, I hope Aaron Judge wins 7 championships.
Oh, Jerry, I saw that clip.
That was crazy.
I didn't love that clip. I didn't love that clip. I didn't. But by the way, I didn't like that clip. I did like partially how you treated the F-bomb twice.
That's funny.
And I'm sure you're. And I don't let me speak for your logic here. It's obviously Jake's show, so you can't be tossing Jake off of, and not our Jake, but talking Jake's show. Some would argue maybe you can, just because it's such a word that you don't want to hear on any platform. I don't want to hear that on this show, on any other show.
Yeah.
But
he definitely
looking
knows.
at the camera and then looking back, I chuckled twice. It was 2 chuckles for that clip. Very good.
Do you want me to address the Aaron Judge take?
What did you say? You really hope he wins the World Series next year? I think that was the direct.
No. The full conversation was, I said that I still look at my Facebook memories. And I was like, I got a lot of Facebook posts from 2009 when the Yankees were in the World Series. And I had a lot to say about their payroll and fuck you, you bought a World Series and this and that. But I was like, I think one of my takes was, and I was surprised by this because I feel this way now, but I didn't know I felt that way in real time, was, it would have been weird if A-Rod didn't get one with the Yankees. Like, it would have been appropriate because he's just been this, Greek tragedy type sports story figure, but I was like, yeah, it makes sense that A-Rod at least got one and whatever. And with Judge, I was basically carrying over that A-Rod take to Judge, where it's like, yeah, it's fun to see him lose all the time and whatever. I feel great relief when the Yankees get eliminated from the postseason. But if they ever do win one with Judge, then I'll be like, all right, I even said, I was like, yeah, fuck the fans, they don't deserve it, I hate them, but I would be happy for Judge.
Yeah, you were I hope he wins next year. I want him to get MVP and get the parade and all that stuff.
That's basically what the reaction was, but I
know you've said this before, Jared. I agree with you. I love Aaron Judge. I think he's the perfect role model. I say
that on Gray's podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Gray, by the way.
Shout out to Gray.
Gray's coming for our job. He's incredible. But no, Aaron Judge is awesome. I feel like he checks all the boxes of exactly what you want outside of the playoff stuff. But it's still, I think it would be 16 years with the Yankees if he plays through his contract and not win a World Series. I'd find that very funny as a Red Sox fan. So I'm rooting for that. Not against him as a person.
Let me say this on the record for anyone that doesn't understand. I don't want the Yankees to win the World Series.
It's big of you.
But
that's huge of you because a lot of people think that you do.
If I said this, I would have been kicked off 5 episodes. I would have been
no,
that's true.
I do not
win the World Series.
I do not want the Yankees to win the World Series.
It wouldn't be right if Rice doesn't get a ring.
But if I had to sit through a Yankees championship run, I could at least, as a defense mechanism to not be completely miserable and upset about it, I could be happy for Aaron Judge. That's the take.
They would never shut the fuck up about it, though. And then they'd say in our face every time we talked about Aaron Judge not being clutch, look at it. Look at the ring. Kiss the ring. How's it taste? How's it taste?
That's all right, cool.
And it goes directly against me, your supposed pal, who made a declaration on this very program the day after he did the boombox shit that he'd never win anything. And here you are being well, I'd be happy for Aaron Judge.
I'm not rooting for it. I'm saying if I have to sit here and witness it, if I have no choice but to sit here and watch them win the World Series, to suck some of the pain out of that viewing experience, I could be happy for Aaron Judge. That's the take.
If they got to win 3 in the World Series, I would leverage you to have Marlins man bring me to the rest of the games, and I would just stand the whole time and just stare at him. And he'd either go 6 for 6 with multiple home runs, or he'd be terrified.
Just turns around and stares right at you after smoking a baseball.
Jermaine Dye did it, so I can imagine.
It's just great. It's been so long since they've had a parade. I forgot what that even looked like. I had to look up Yankees parade to see what it even was all about.
It would be the worst offseason in MLB offseason Twitter history. I cannot imagine what it would be like dealing with that.
We would move on quick.
Oh, they wouldn't.
It would suck, but again, it's not
you're chronically online, T. That's your problem. I can shut the world off. I just I don't give a shit.
You, Mr. Put Technology Down. Come on. You were the first person that would be sucked into it.
You don't get to say that to anyone, I don't think.
I don't give a shit.
You're online every second of the day.
So is Jared.
Not as much as you.
Not so much anymore.
All right. Well, 5 years ago, yeah.
I got kids, man.
Yeah, he's got kids to feed. Come on, man.
I got kids. Yeah, I got a dog now. I can literally just sit here. Yeah, by the way, there was a point, we didn't even talk about the basketball thing with T yet.
We still got to get to that.
No need.
I think this could be a good time for it. Yep.
Yeah, there was a point in the video where there was a dog mascot that came up to you to give you a hug. And I believe you said something to the effect of I want to squeeze you until your fucking head pops off or something like that.
It was along those lines, yeah.
What
mascot looked very uncomfortable.
Let's play that.
Let's play that.
It's in the video. I haven't watched any of the video.
I can't. It's so bad.
Michael Emond put some great work together, and you just haven't watched it.
I can't watch it. Not yet. Maybe a couple of days from now. You know what happened, Coley. My athleticism was put on display, and it was not my finest performance.
Where's the video?
I may have cracked under the pressure like Aaron Judge.
Is that the beginning or the end? Where is
it's in the middle.
Oh, here it is.
The tease point, when.
Hold on, I got it.
Hold on.
Good karma. Look at that. I want to squeeze you till you pop.
He said, I want to squeeze you till you pop, to a dog that was a mascot that just wanted to give him a hug.
Yeah. I wanted him dead.
It's Huxley.
I'm sorry.
I'm out.
What's that? That is Huxley. They have 2 mascots. They have Friar Dom, who was the friar, and then they also have Huxley, who was a Dalmatian, who, fun fact, Providence's first mascot ever was a real Dalmatian.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Huxley.
Yep.
While we have you, Mikey, you said there's an update on the Christmas Party for All Religions and Atheists featuring John Bon Jovi.
Yep. Quick update here. So you can get into the winter of Wooville starting at 5 o'clock to enjoy everything that they have to offer. We have a quick update here. There will be a Santa there, and you can get photos. Yeah. You can get you can get pictures with Santa. There's going to be a 30-foot holiday tree as well. There's going to be an interactive light-up playground that's also for adults. So, Tyler, you can get in the interactive light-up playground. Artisan vendor market and concessions for purchase. So that you can get in at 5 o'clock. Our event starts at 6. Tickets will be $30 per person. $5 a ticket will be donated to the Jimmy Fund. Like I said, the first 300 buyers will receive an exclusive Section 10 Worcester Red Sox shirt. Tickets are on sale now. If you go to polarpark.com/Wooville, go down to buy now. Go down to the calendar, select December 13th, and you will then see the Section 10 Christmas party ticket there for purchase.
Wow. And we'll also tweet it out and put it on.
And
Instagram
we will also,
and all that other shit. Yeah.
Woo Sox are going to powder post. We're going to powder post. We'll do some collabing, and everyone will know about it, and you'll be able to get your ticket.
Wow.
Thank
you, Mikey.
You should be Krampus.
What's up?
That's the evil Santa.
Like evil. That's what Germany does.
Oh, I'm not aware. I could be the Grinch.
Okay.
You're not really Grinchy, though.
No.
I don't think you know what he really stands
What
for.
if I show up and I beat the brakes off the Santa in the parking lot, and then I'm the Santa?
You just take over Santa.
It's like a WWE
just
angle.
beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Violently.
Yeah, I hope you don't.
Or he just falls off the roof and you're just Scott Calvin.
I could drop him off the right field monster.
Is Scott Calvin?
That's tough, Jerry. You should know who Scott Calvin is.
Jared, not
Who
again.
the fuck is that?
It's Santa Claus.
Santa
Scott
Claus, dude.
Calvin?
No. Tim Allen.
Not
Tim-
again.
the Tim
Not
Allen classic.
again, Jared.
Oh, good
You know
film.
who Tim Allen is?
It's the best
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
Buzz
Come
Lightyear.
on.
Well, that's not true, but
No,
What
I
do you
know.
mean?
It's my favorite. It's to say it's the
That's
best.
fine.
I don't know if many would say that. I would, but
Tim Allen is not Buzz
Sure.
Lightyear?
he's Scott
He is.
Calvin and he's Buzz Lightyear.
Who the fuck is Scott Calvin?
The Santa
Santa.
Claus.
There's like 3 of them, isn't there?
Yeah,
At
but
least
just watch
3 or
the
4.
first one. Don't watch the others.
no. The others are good too.
You like the others?
Agreed.
I don't have a ton of fun with the other ones, but
I saw 3 in theaters.
Yeah, that's Martin Short, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
shout
did
out my
like
dead
Mrs.
Aunt
Claus.
Sally.
I like the principal. She was good.
Yeah, she
Scott
was.
Calvin, Jared. Scott Calvin. The Santa Claus. One of the best Christmas movies. 90s.
Big
No.
time Christmas movie. That
I've
kid
never-
stinks, though.
I've
The
never
kid
seen
stinks.
any.
Yeah, there's no mistake. He's in no other movies, and that's not by accident. He is really bad.
Well, I'm saying even his like he stinks for sure, but his character as it builds just gets worse and worse. Like they should have abandoned the kid almost entirely moving
Yeah.
forward. And the second one, he's like breaking into the school to do like graffiti and shit.
He pisses me off in the second one. Not even just as like how they write his role. I'm like, you're just annoying the hell out of me
Yeah, he
just as a
stinks.
person
Your
right
dad's
now.
Santa, dude. Like,
Yeah, he
you don't
like
have a-
doesn't give
you
a
don't have a
fuck. He
tough
doesn't
life.
like him.
get with it.
Oh man.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the holidays are a time of traditions. Some people have many in their family, while some have none or are just beginning their own. Now's the time to reflect on what they mean to you or to rewrite those traditions and make your own, like perfecting a new hot chocolate recipe, okay? With the kids or continuing your great aunt's sweet potato pie. Incorporating therapy into your new or existing traditions can help ensure you take time for yourself during what can be a very joyful but sometimes hectic and lonely time of the year. We're starting new traditions this year. I'm having that the Christmas party at my house. All the fellas are coming. I did rescind my non-invitation to Steve. I said, Steve, are you available on this date? And he said yes. And I said, perfect. Can you drive Dan?
I'm still invited. Like now, I'm not just a driver. I'm a participant in the
last
party.
night, I said, you know what, Steve, you can come.
Okay, perfect. And I accepted immediately.
Yeah, so I'm having a Christmas party at my house. It's like some of Train's friends, some of my friends,
Mhm.
of course, the fellas.
What does Train sound like at a party when she's talking to people? What does
Oh
she sound
my
like?
God, yeah, I love bodies.
That's just what she's saying as the night's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love this party. This party's sick. Great job, Jared.
Yeah. Yep, she does. Yeah. So that's a tradition that we're looking to build. And I'm pretty excited about it. But I think a tradition that you guys should look to build is online therapy. Because BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so that you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences. And our 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means that they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally, and it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. This December, start a new tradition by taking care of you. Our listeners get 10% off at betterhelp.com/rocket. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/rocket. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode of Section 10. Side note, we don't have the read, but it must be coming because a big old box of Ohama steaks showed up.
Oh, man.
Ohama. Yes.
I was on the phone with Jerry today and Train walked through the door with that steaks and this was not, no cameras rolling other than the FaceTime one, obviously, but this was not a bit. His eyes lit up like I've never seen before. He was so excited.
Yeah, it was, I saw that we had a delivery and obviously, it's the holiday season. So I'm assuming it's a Christmas gift that was ordered by someone in the home. And I saw Train walk in with that box of Ohama steaks, and I was like, "Oh, buddy, it's about to go down." Very excited about that. So
taught Train how to say it.
Yeah, she kept trying to say Omaha.
Nailed it.
No,
thought you were about to toss it.
I was thinking about it. But she's sick.
I always
right
love
now.
the one-timers club. Anytime I'll just go to the suspensions page occasionally just to see the update on the numbers, and it's funny to see the one-timers in there.
I think Passan's a two-timer now. No,
at least.
Check that.
He's mouthed off several times.
Yeah, you can't control that guy. Yeah, read off the one-timer suspension list.
Let me pull that up.
Did Loomer catch one?
Sounds right.
Let's see. One-timer lists. Cake Yazzie got one.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's only one time.
Mikey Monaco got one. We all know what that's for. He used a slur.
That was, yeah.
Will's in the two-timers. Will motherfucking Fleming's got two. Breggy's got one.
What did he do? Made fun of me, probably. He said something.
He probably talked back when you said something about the strikeout.
Yeah, he brought up taking you deep.
Oh, yeah.
I think you just immediately tossed him.
Yeah.
And then, what am I missing with AW? Got one? Am I?
AW?
Am I missing an obvious thing here? Hell is that?
AW?
Austin Wells? I don't know.
Who's AW?
But yeah, that's the only other one with one.
Andy Warhol?
There's no way it's Andy Wong, obviously. Andy Wong's got the opposite of suspensions.
No.
But yeah, that's the one-timers, at least for this year.
All right. We're doing a second episode. We're doing a DMs episode. You'll get that later this week. Friday?
Let's not guarantee anything right now.
Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it this week.
You're going to get it. If you don't get it, then complain, but you're going to get it.
Yeah,
you're going to get it.
Get it. Cole, any final thoughts?
I don't understand the people who have convinced themselves that Dylan Cease is bad at baseball.
Those are just people.
I've seen a lot of that.
You can't make the case that Sonny Gray is going to be good because the same argument you'd be having about Sonny Gray is what you would be doing about Dylan Cease, where everything underneath the hood says he's much closer to a 2 or 2 is probably the perfect spot to put it. Much closer to that than what his ERA was.
Yeah.
I think if we had signed Dylan Cease and the Yankees got Sonny Gray, we'd be laughing at the Yankees.
100%.
Fair.
Instead, we got Sonny Gray, and now Dylan Cease is bad. I think it's bad form to consistently make like a guy a priority to sign him, and then you let him go to a division rival who played in the World Series the year prior. I think that's bad to do in consecutive years.
I would love to know what the timing there was in terms of them pivoting to Gray. Was there a conversation? Was there, we like you? A lot of people thought you were going to get like a 5-year deal. Kylie had him at 5, like right around 150. Oh no, they're willing to do 7 with deferrals. It was like 7,182 present money. But I do wonder if there was a moment there where they were like
26 a year.
Yeah,
like that was the final. So $5 million more.
Obviously,
and it's like,
7
you would have
seasons.
lost 2 draft picks. It's like, well, you traded 2 prospects, so that's the same. So yeah, I don't like if there's other pitchers. I'm not saying it had to be Dylan Cease, but it seemed like he had fans in the building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no way their models approve of. Shout out Willie Abreu. People are shitting on this man. Won the Pepsi Home Run Derby. A lot of people have been talking about it. He put out an Instagram post calling it one of the best moments of his life.
That I ever had.
When he hit that last homer, his family came out. They were crying. It was electric. I don't care what anybody says. MLB Network had him on tonight celebrating it. There's a lot of people excited about this. And there were real MLB players in this. Acuna played in it. Wilson Contreras played in it. Who else was there? Maikel Garcia was in it. I'm missing another big name. But there were a bunch of major leaguers in it, so it was an interesting watch. But good for Willie Abreu going out there and winning it. It was he got into rhythm a couple times where he just started smoking lasers. And I think it was Lou who put the tweet out just talking about when he simplifies the swing and just, we see kind of the ups and downs over the course of 162 for him. But when he doesn't have to think, it's a thing of beauty watching him launch baseballs.
The best experience that I ever had.
When Acuna won that in the past, he said it was the best thing he'd ever accomplished. And this was like after he had won MVP.
What is this? I see, like T will tweet about anything, but if multiple people are talking about this, then maybe it is a thing. What is the Pepsi Home Run Challenge? Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, I think it's like a kickoff to the Winter League they have down there. I think that's like how it goes. But there was a legit like group of guys down there with some of their like elite young talent.
Was it Cano? Was it like Robinson Cano? Was he in it?
No, he wasn't.
It feels like a thing Cano would be in.
For sure.
Hold on. I got it right here.
Like that's how he retires the Pepsi Home Run Challenge, and he hits like 2.
I mean, he played in Mexico this year.
Okay.
Like,
it was Yasel Puig that you're thinking of, Coley.
Yasel.
I wasn't, but that's very funny.
Yasel Puig. Yasel Puig.
I'm going to piss my pants. Steve, final thought?
Yeah, well, I'll make it quick. This was going to be a gripe that you were going to hate, so I'll just get it out of the way fast. The Acela train, holy hell. Last week, went on a secret mission to New York City I can't talk about, but I'm coming back with AP, and it's like we got assigned seats on the Acela. Oh, this is great. Awesome. That sounds incredible. I hear they go wicked fast, and you chop off like 45 minutes of your time. The dumbest seat setup I've seen in my entire life. You have like those 2 seats that are facing 2 seats, and you have the table in between, kind of like you've seen on some trains like the Amtrak, where it's like the food car or whatever, or just like for you and your buddies. This is just being assigned 2 seats with 2 strangers on the other side that you're just staring at the whole time, and you have no leg room, Jared. It's the dumbest seat setup I've ever seen. A 4-hour trip. I wanted to blow my brains out. That's one thing. The second thing, real quick, T, you got to update your pinned tweet. Your pinned tweet is why you think Lucas Giolito shouldn't get the qualifying offer. Like the amount of tweets you put out there. Like, what are we doing, T?
I only throw up the things I write. That was the last thing I put out.
All right, that's all I got, Jared. I know you got to be.
Buenas noches, amigos.